Hello, it's Oren Prunken, and today I want to talk to you about teaching and learning, education, how that relates to marketing and sales. So I have been teaching at university level now, I think off the top of my head, for 5 years. And the journey for me to get to become a university teacher, I'm doing undergrad topics. I've done quite a few undergrad topics, not only taught them, but also been a topic coordinator and a topic creator for those topics. When I mean topic creator, I mean content creator, and designed the whole curriculums for that course. And how I got into it was kind of a bit of a zigzag journey, and I came at it at two different approaches. The first one, I was called up by the law school at Flinders, where I'm actually an alumni from, where I've got a law degree, and I was asked to come in and do a guest lecture on marketing and sales and law that is related to those and what you can and can't do. And I did that, and then a few years passed, and then that topic coordinator, topic creator, and topic lecturer left the university, and I was called up to take his place. And I took that topic, I redesigned the topic, I coordinated the topic, I taught the whole topic, and another one of his topics, which was law around emerging technologies, new technologies that are coming out, things like AI, crypto, a whole bunch of different things, and what are the laws that regulate those. So I did, again, the topic coordination, topic creation or recreation, and the topic teaching for that. I also did co-created a course around new venture creation, and this is going on probably 5 years ago, and that topic got acquired by a department of Flinders University, a different department of Flinders University, and was run as an industry-based topic, and then it actually got accredited as a university topic, as a third-year undergraduate topic. So it got acquired by that department, and I have been one of the teachers for a very long time of that topic. And because I've been involved with that department, I've then gone on and taught, haven't actually created the topic or coordinated the topic, but a first-year topic. I've just been the teacher, lecturer in that first-year topic around innovation and creativity. And the reason I'm telling you all this, my journey of teaching, is one of the biggest lessons I've got from teaching is that when you are teaching concepts, and I'm not just talking about giving information, I am also talking just in generally about communicating ideas from your head into students' heads, is they need a lot of repetition to understand concepts. And I think the current research says it's around 7 different times, 7 different repetitions that someone needs to hear information for them to fully get the concept. Now, when I am delivering content in repetition, it's not just saying the same thing over and over again or doing the same thing in the same format. That 7 times also requires different ways or mechanisms of delivery, because different people have different learning styles. It could be interviews, it could be a why, what, how, what if style format, as in for MAT, but also the format of that. There could be, interviews, it could be experiential learning, getting them to go out and do things and then learning from experience and reflecting on it. There's so many different learning mechanisms and that match with learning styles of people. So that repetition, not only, 7 on average, 7 times, it could be more or it could be less depending on the person, but also that is related to their learning style, is the type of thing that you are currently the type of format that you're currently giving to people. And this actually provides a fantastic opportunity for you and your brand, given that people need a lot of different content and content styles and content delivery and content mechanisms, content channels. It provides this wonderful opportunity, and it kind of addresses the question that a lot of people have, is how do I come up with content? But more importantly, how do I come up with content that I never run out of ideas? And that opportunity provides you answering a whole different series of questions that people have in their head. And when you go back and think about customer journey and the different temperatures from frozen to boiling that they are going through, that provides lots of different sub-opportunities for you to create content. And if you look at it, coming from an unaware prospect, they want to know things like, do they have a problem, and what is the problem? Then you're moving up to things like, what are their goals with their problem, or what are their fears if they don't achieve those goals around this problem area? And then, is there a solution? Do you provide a solution? How does your solution work? Will it work for them? How does it work? Is there anything else around how is it made? What does it look like? Are there any other sub areas that they need to concentrate on? And I don't know how many questions I listed there. Let's just say it's 10 questions. And also, for the sake of argument, let's just round that average of 7 different repetitions up to 10. So if I've done 10 different questions around the customer journey, because remember, and I'm just divulging, I'm just going off track here. If you're creating content, there are people that you actually don't know where they are in that customer journey, so you have to create content around all of these different questions that I just listed, because no matter who's consuming that content, you don't actually know where they're at currently. So let's just say 10 different questions that they've got in their head, depending on where they are on their customer journey, multiplied by 10 different repetitions. Let's just say that, for argument's sake, that's 100 different bits of content that you could create. And then if you, where am I going with that? If you repeat, that 10 different times, in 10 different formats for, interviews or case studies or experiences, you're getting up to 1,000 different versions of that content. So 10 repetitions times 10 different formats times 10 different questions, we're getting to about 1,000. I'm pretty sure my maths is correct with that. So you've got about 1,000 different content ideas you could create. Now let's just say that you could go out and create that alone, or you could go build a marketing and sales team to help you with that. That is so much content, and a ton of content that's going to differentiate you from all of your competitors, because you're addressing all of these things at different waypoints in the customer journey, multiplied by communicating that actually lands. Because the first time you create content, you miss a lot of people, and a lot of people aren't going to fully understand, is your solution right for them, or will it work for them? They'll miss it probably the first time. So then once you've done that, we've got 1,000, for example, then you could probably say, you could do content of your day-to-day operations within the business. And I've talked about this before around all of these new emerging platforms that people love stories around, Snapchat stories and Instagram stories and Facebook stories and Twitter. You could do a day-to-day, multiple times a day, not just once a day, let's say another 10 different bits of content of how you're going about your day-to-day business, and seeing like behind the scenes or this reality TV style content. So you've got 10 times 365. What's that? That's 3,500 other bits of micro content that you're creating. So we're up to 4,500 now. So putting aside that day in, day out, and people actually really like to see that behind the scenes stuff. Let's just take that original 1,000 that I said, and then whatever modality you created that in, for example, video or audio, that like I'm doing now, if you translated that into all of these other different formats, I got this transcribed, for example, and then I got this transcription made into smaller sound bites and GIFs, and then I translated it into like a mind map or a brainstorm or a slide deck. You are then translating all of that original content into all this content. So I just think maybe I mentioned 5 different other things, GIFs and slides and so on. So if you're multiplying 1,000 different content ideas by another 5, you've got another 5,000 content pieces that you're creating. Like, you're just 5xing what you've already done. So you'd obviously need to build a marketing and sales team that can cater for that, because you, as the founder or the chief marketer, is going to find that really difficult. So that's like 5,000 bits of content plus, 3.5 year in, year out. You are just churning through so much content. So it's not actually unlimited, but you are never going to run out of content ideas by that. And going full circle with this, and I said around teaching and education and how that relates to marketing and sales, your number one goal, particularly with sales, is to educate people about the problem, the solution, your solution, and how that will work for them. And you are taking them on a journey of changing their point of view and their worldview around what is possible for them, because I said that they've got goals and they've got fears and they want to be able to solve these problems within their life. And your role as in selling is changing their beliefs around the world of what that could look like and the opportunity for them. And that's where content, but also content in terms of teaching and their learning comes in around changing that belief of what is possible for them and their life, and how your product, service, or solution will fill that gap of where they currently are to where they want to be, their goals, and where they don't want to be, their fears. So that's the ultimate goal of why you are creating this content, but you need to do it in a way that that you're teaching, and that teaching is clear, and you're communicating those ideas to them that they can actually learn and be educated. And it's not just a one-off thing, it's a multiple repetitions thing through many different forms of information, and then translating that through different modalities. So you're hitting everyone multiple times in multiple different ways for their learning style, so they actually grasp this information and see the opportunity that you are providing them. I hope this is really helpful. They've got to about 11 minutes now. And I'd really like you to try this out and take this as a bit of a framework of how you can go out and never run out of ideas for content, and start creating those things for your brand, and see how you go, and see if you never stall in terms of creating content. And then, like I always say, please let me know, because I'd love to hear your feedback and also your results that you get from this, and I'd love to know how you go. And until we talk next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I am just about to run into the gym and do a workout before I get on with my day. So hope you have an awesome day. Talk soon. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening, and if you like what was on here and want more, please go to orenprunken.com.